Hello, welcome. I'm Claudia if you're new here, and if you're back, thank you so much for coming back. Today we are going to propagate some plants. We're propagating 3 plants, and each of the plants I'm going to propagate in a different way or using 3 different methods, one for each plant. One of them will be, I tried this one particular method we're doing with one of them one time, but not very successfully. But I'm gonna try again. So we're gonna learn together, give me all your tips. And then the other 2 we're pretty familiar with. But this isn't so much an experiment, it's just what I have, well, the other 2, what I have found that work for me. And then the third one, let me just get the plant. We'll get started, I'll tell you all about it. Hope it sounds good to you. Rather than talk in circles and have you not understand what I'm saying, let's just get right into it. So the first plant is my Philodendron Tortum Florida Beauty hybrid. I really didn't think this day would come so soon, but I feel like I keep referencing this with my whole spell of being unwell and, you know, plants getting thirstier than usual and things. I did lose all of its bottom leaves. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this 5th new leaf. But so all of the bottom nodes are bare. So I want to propagate this plant, but I want to ensure that the top cutting hopefully remains intact. So we're gonna air layer. Air layering is not anything new, but it is pretty new to me. I only tried it one other time with my original Mother Monstera albo, and I will link that video here for you along with its results. But it didn't end up going super well once I chopped it and tried to repot the cutting back in with the mother plant. I think there were a lot of different things going on there. I messed with the root ball way too much and the plant shocked. So I think that is what happened, and hopefully this is a much more controlled situation because I'm only going to be air layer. Again, this is only for the top cutting, and then I will make that a new plant and we will propagate all of these bottom individual nodes as wet sticks. So hopefully this is a better and much more fruitful experience. Yeah, I had no plans of chopping this plant whatsoever in any kind of near future, but I figure if I'm going to, then I really would love insurance that it's going to be okay. So we're gonna air layer, and air layering should be, kind of like insurance because you're rooting it before you chop it. If you're not familiar with air layering is a process of we're basically going to root the node before we chop. So we're gonna do that together, or set it up so that it can hopefully root, and then we'll leave it as is, and I'll come back on a later video hopefully with great results of brand new roots, and we can restart the plant and all of that. But yeah, I love this plant so much. I still don't believe that this is mine and I have this plant. It's so beautiful and honestly so easygoing. But let me set you back just a little bit and we'll get to air layering. By the way, these poles are one of those examples. This is in 100% tree fern and it's still just so wobbly in here. I very much dislike these poles. I feel like I'm in a jungle over here. Okay, so we are gonna use sphagnum moss, which we know I don't like using, but I feel like that's what I see everyone use when they do air layering. And when I tried it with my Monstera albo, I did cocoa coir chips. And again, not that it didn't root. Anyway, we're gonna do sphagnum moss. And I got some of these little propagation bulbs. I don't know what you call them. I figure since it's very it's just like one little area, hopefully the sphagnum moss won't be that big of an issue when it's time to remove, but we'll see. I'm going to remove this last attachment here. I really dislike these poles. They're just garbage. And I'm guessing like these are, well, technically it's like this root, but I might have to, I don't know that it's gonna fit in here. Okay, so I'm gonna pack these little bulbs, what are they called? I don't know, with sphagnum, and then we'll just attach. Obviously we won't get a chance to talk before I do this, but if you have any tips, let me know. I'm happy to redo it. And I'm using the New Zealand sphagnum moss, so it's the long fiber, which I also find that just works better. And obviously we're making sure that it is damp, not soaking. I feel like not very much fits in here. These little things come in a pack of, I don't know, I think I got like a pack of 6 or something, maybe 8. And they came in sizes small, medium, large. And when I saw the size, like the size looks good, but I feel like you can't really fit that much in there. Okay, so we have our sphagnum, little filled things. I guess, here's the thing, I don't think that I'm gonna be able to salvage this. So I'm going to cut it, and then it has, yeah, these are dry back here, so I'm going to cut these as well. The one in the front wasn't dry, I will say that. And okay, here we go. I'm sorry, I don't think that you're going to be able to see super well. But I'm trying. In fact, I feel like, no way, I need to go lower, because otherwise that leaf is going to be... Ah. Oh my gosh. Okay. Here we go again. Maybe I needed the bigger size. As is, I'm not sure how I'm going to keep this on here. So I think I need to scoot it further down so that the leaf, oh, but then that node doesn't make it in here. Yeah, no way, it needs to be higher. Oh my gosh. This is more complicated than I thought. I know I've seen people just do it with like saran wrap and stuff. I don't keep saran wrap in the house, so that's not really an option for me. Oh, but I do have grafting tape. Okay, let's see. I feel like these little things were such a waste of money. So the actual, this node that is the one where I was hoping to root or whatever, I guess I could do the one right below it that doesn't have the leaf. But I was hoping to do that one as well. Gosh, why is this so hard? I feel like I'm already questioning this entire thing. It still doesn't buckle. Okay. Maybe I should just get some grafting tape and try with grafting tape instead. BRB. Note to self, these balls suck. I mean, maybe they work for other kinds of plants, but this isn't even like a super thick vine and it's not working. I'm also thinking I'm gonna lay it down, so I'll bring it down just a little bit. I hope that you can see okay, but yeah, so now I'm just gonna try to get both nodes. So this one that's a wet stick or like a bare node, and the one right above it that has the leaf. And I actually found a Ziploc, which we don't keep in the house either, but my mom brought it over, so I'm going to try the Ziploc instead. And see if I don't know that I'm going to be able to show you a ton because I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing, okay? Just trying to make things happen here. Doesn't look super right. And then maybe I can use the grafting tape to... How do people do this? I think I used a plastic bag also with the Monstera, and I had a way easier time, but it was also just a lot sturdier on the pole that I had it. This is not sturdy. I just feel like oh my gosh, wish me luck. I didn't add any kind of nutrients or like propagation hormone to the sphagnum moss. It's just sphagnum moss dampened, and yeah, hopefully it bears fruit for us. Okay, so here we go. What do you think? Do you think it's gonna work? Tell me if you think I did it wrong or if I need to redo it, because I will come back and redo it. But this is what we have. We hope that in a few weeks, hopefully, we have some nice roots and it'll be ready for a chop. Wish us luck. I don't know if these things are actual crap or it was me and I'm just impatient or was not doing it right or what, but overall just very, very unimpressed and don't care to ever use them again. Anyway, the next two should hopefully go a lot smoother, but it is me, so you know, can never quite count on that. Okay, the next one. I feel like I have been dilly-dallying with this plant enough, and truth is, I have fallen in love with it. I do love it. It's my one and only syngonium. Look how beautiful this color is. And I would like a nice bushy plant. So this is a propagation we took quite a while ago that I was supposed to add back into the plant, but now the propagation is ready to be propagated, and I want to propagate more of the mother plant so that we can have a good, I don't know, at least 3, but hopefully more little vines growing in the plant. So we are going to just very quickly, by the way, this is like the only growth point it shot out after I chopped it. I chopped it right over here, right here. So this is a spent node. So we're gonna chop just right here, so to give the mother an opportunity to maybe sprout out of here, but we'll see. And then we're also going to chop this all the way down. Should we? Or should I maybe just do here? Yeah, maybe I'll just do here. And I'll keep this as a single leaf. And maybe this original vine will sprout some too. We'll see. But okay, let's set these up. I forgot, we're gonna also chop the propagation. So this is, we're gonna chop it down to here. Isn't this so pretty? I really, really like it. My one and only syngonium. I really don't have interest of getting any other ones. I haven't seen any others that I quite like. But I mean, something about the albo variegation, it just gets me every time. I am gonna keep this as just a long stem because I don't want to propagate a wet stick. And maybe it'll activate down here somewhere. I don't know, we'll see. I brought one of these cups, but this isn't gonna be long enough for this. So let me grab another one. I have them in the tall version, so this one should be fine. Yeah, perfect. And I'm going to do stratum again because it worked so well when I first received it, and I moved it into stratum to propagate, and then the one that I did, so might as well. Okay, let's see. This is just regular water, not my nutrient-rich cocktail. All right. I'm gonna leave this other propagation just as is to continue to live here while these root, and then once hopefully they're all nice and rooted, we'll pot them up together, and then we will see what happens with the mother plant and see if we're gonna include her or what. But yeah, these are all set. I'm having thoughts about that syngonium albo and whether I should have taken that last leaf cutting and just, you know, the mother plant thrown in the compost. I think we're just gonna leave it for now. I may change my mind later, but we'll see. Okay, the last plant we're doing is my Philodendron Rio is what this was sold to me as. And it only had a handful of vines. Like it was pretty bare. I haven't had this one that long. So I want to propagate some and hopefully just create, even if I have like a smaller pot, I just want it to be like real fluffy at the top. So we're going to take some cuttings here and propagate that. Let's do right here. I don't want to do a ton, but just, you know, some. And here, maybe just one more. If I can find a suitable vine. Yeah, this one is good. Okay. And I'm not going to cut these down any further. I'll just keep them all as top cuts. Like this one has 2 nodes it can root from. And then both of these have like 3 bare nodes that we'll just hopefully root from. And for this one, we're gonna use water because I've propagated these types of philodendron before in water really easily with lots of success. And honestly, I love propagating in water. I love seeing the roots. I feel like, I know a lot of people ask, like, what do I do to maintain clean, clear water? And I honestly don't have trouble with my water getting gross for the most part. It rarely happens. Like usually if it's a healthy plant, this could stay like this for weeks before I have to change the water, or it'll start evaporating way low before I just have to refill, but the water is not dirty. So I'm not really sure what it is that I do or don't do. I think that if you have a lot of issues where your water gets murky or gross quickly with propagations, it could be like the pH in your water maybe. Or again, I have noticed it, if I take cuttings from an unhealthy or unwell plant, then that is when it's most likely for me to get the murky, gross water. All right, I'm gonna bring these to my windowsill in the kitchen because that's where I do well with my water propagations. Like it's just easy for me to refill the water when it starts evaporating and stuff. And I will take these back to the grow rack. And I did return the Philodendron Florida Beauty Tortum hybrid back to the cabinet. It should just hopefully continue to live as normal while it roots in there. Wish us luck, and again, send me any tips on that because it really is, I feel like, even though I tried it once before, this is really my first time and it felt really awkward. This is gonna be it for today's video. Send me all the luck, send me all your tips. I will be sure to update you on how it all goes. And actually let me know if you would like me. I've done experiments like this before, propagation in different mediums, but let me know if I should do another one with like the exact same plant. I'm thinking like a climbing philodendron, and we can try a cutting or like several cuttings in like different mediums as well as air layering, and we can see what roots up first or whatever. I did something similar with just pothos cuttings a long time ago, and water by far won, but it was a pothos. We know those are easy breezy. So yeah, let me know if I should try that. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me. Let's chat down in the comments below, and I'll see you really soon. Bye.